Hi, so I do have to say that I'm not a professional. I'm not a professional piercer or tattooist or anything like that. I've just been stretching for years now, and this is personal experience, and I've also done research. It's just this compilation of, personal experience, research, people I know, and their personal experiences, but I'm not gonna tell you anything that I believe would be harmful, so, I'm just trying to give everybody information that will keep them healthy and happy, and yeah, so, do these at your own risk, I guess I should say, but, I followed these tips and I haven't had problems, but, everyone's different, so just be careful, and I'm sorry my camera's shaking, but be careful, and yeah, just be smart about it, and happy modding, I guess. Hey guys, so today I just wanted to talk about stretching and the different methods and whatnot. So basically, there are three main methods for stretching. You can use tapers, weights, or tape your plugs, and no matter what method you use, it should never hurt. If it hurts, that means that you're going too fast and your ears are probably going to rip, or you'll get a blowout. And so if it starts hurting, you should stop and find a different method that doesn't hurt. When you're stretching, you should only use metal or glass. You don't want to use any porous materials such as wood or acrylic, or I suppose any kind of plastic, because they are more likely to rip your ears and also to harbor bacteria that will then go into your ear and likely cause an infection. So just stick to metal or glass, preferably metal. You don't want your glass to break, so yeah, I think that's it for the main over thing, and if my camera keeps wiggling, I'm sorry. One of the legs of my tripod is on the bed here, and so anyway, sorry. So let's start with tapers. So tapers, you usually see them, they're just a straight stick, pretty much, but they can be technically any shape, even these, as long as it starts very small, and let's see if you can, and then it gets bigger as it progresses. Same with these ones, but the most common, which I don't have any of, are just the straight up sticks, I guess. Tapers. I'm sure you've seen them. There goes my phone. One moment. Okay, so the tapers are kind of hit and miss, I guess, because they can be good, especially when you're at a smaller size, because it's really hard to find good weights at small sizes or to be able to tape. So tapers are used most often, especially up to, I guess, zeros. Some people use them even bigger than that, but like I said, they can be good, but they're also a lot more likely to rip your ears because you're stretching up one size really fast, usually within a few seconds, and sometimes your ears can't handle that, and some people have a lot more stubborn ears than others, so tapers are really bad for certain people, like me. But yeah, tapers, if they hurt, find a different method, which is what I did. But if you're going to use them, use lubricant, and they say to do it after a hot shower, massage your ears a little bit, definitely use lubricant. But yeah, use that, and it should slide in easily unless you have stubborn ears like I do. And you know, it works. It's not the ideal way to do it, but yeah, just pretty much don't do it if it hurts. But otherwise, you should be okay. Yeah, again, only use metal or glass. And I think that's it. So now for weights. Now I don't have any weights really. I'll show you the closest thing to weights that I have, because they are kind of heavy. I have these opalite rings, which are freakishly gorgeous. And these aren't weights, but they are heavy. So, this is the closest that I have that I can show you. But really, like a weight is usually, it hangs down like this. Or these actually sit in your ear like this. But anyway, a weight, it hangs. They're usually, you can find them in really gorgeous, ornate styles, and they're absolutely beautiful. And they do stretch your ears slowly, and they're an okay method. The problem that I have with weights is they tend to stretch your ears unevenly, and so you definitely notice this in people who wear a lot of dangly earrings, and they're piercing, you know, it's kind of, it looks like a slit, and usually it's way down towards the bottom of their earlobe, you know, where it hangs, and then there's like a huge whatever. So that doesn't really make sense, but basically weights stretch the bottom of your earlobe, and that can be a problem because as your earlobe gets thinner, there's less blood going through there, which in the winter can be a serious problem because your ear can actually freeze and the skin can die, or it can rip, and you know, there's a lot of problems. You never want your ears to be too thin, and I will also discuss methods to thicken them up a little bit in the next video. And basically, if you're going to use weights, just make sure that your lobe stays nice and thick. You might want to alternate between different methods, and you know, I don't want to see anybody's ears getting ripped. It would be so sad. But yeah, I don't actually have a problem with using weights. I kind of have a problem with tapers sometimes because a lot of people just shove them in, and then their ears start bleeding all over the place. But with weights, yeah, they're decent. I don't really have a problem with them, just as long as you watch out for that thin lobe. And now with what I find to be the best method is taping. And sadly, I can't find my tape, otherwise I would show you. You can either use PTFE or bondage tape, and you don't want to use any other kind of tape really that I know of. Definitely nothing that's actually sticky. You only want tape that sticks to itself, and you know, like, I don't really know how to explain it, but it doesn't actually have a sticky side, but it sticks to itself and maybe other similar materials. But if you get one that's sticky, some of those chemicals can get into your ear, and sometimes they'll fuse with your ear, and it's a really bad mess. But PTFE and bondage tape, since they don't actually have a side that has that adherence, yes, that is a technical term, then, you know, they don't cause those problems. So what you do, basically, if I actually had my tape, I could show you for real, but this will have to do. Let's use these tiny ones. So what you do is you have your plug, and this is the size that you're at, and then you take the tape and you just wrap it around a couple times, cut it off, put some jojoba or similar on it, and stick it in your ears, and you shouldn't feel anything at all. Not even a little bit of pressure, usually. If you are feeling pressure from it, then that might be a couple too many wraps. But, it's a nice slow method, which it sucks and it's tedious, but that way you're extremely unlikely to rip your ears, and you get a nice uniform stretch, which is great. And yeah, then you don't have to worry as much about what type of plug you're using, because your ear will only be touching the tape. So yeah, I guess that's it. But one other thing is you never ever ever want to stretch with silicone plugs, which are these. They're really super comfortable, and they're fine to wear, but you never want to stretch with them because they're very porous material, and they might fuse to your ear. So just like what you should stretch with, you should only wear metal and glass for a couple weeks after you stretch. And once everything is perfectly healed, then you can wear different kinds. That's my 2 cents. So, just pay attention to what your body's telling you, and be safe, be smart about it, and happy modding.